What happened to the third floor of my house? That's the million-dollar question that we would all love the answer to. If you've been hanging around here for any amount of time, you've probably seen this photo that I've shared from around the year 1900. Our house was actually built in 1880, though, in the Second Empire style. And that style really kind of came to be in the 1850s and 60s. It was really known for its mansard roofs, also sometimes called a French roof. In America, we differentiate between a gambrel roof and a mansard roof, whereas other countries, like the French, don't. They don't see a difference in them. But in America, we call them two different things. A gambrel is actually a cousin of a gable roof, and a mansard is a cousin of a hipped roof. We currently have a hipped roof. That's kind of an interesting little fun fact if you wanted to look into it. But usually, the mansards kind of disguise the top floor of the house. They make it look like from the outside that it's just an attic or it's just the roof, but it's actually hiding the top floor up there. And sometimes they are just attics, but they're really big and they have a lot of headroom to them and a little bit of wall space to them. They're really nice. That's all ours ever was, it appears. I've looked into the first and second owners and I've seen mention of them having an attic and using an attic. So that would be the attic. Now, I do know that a church bought our house at some point in the 50s, maybe. And a lot of people in the neighborhood have memories in the church and going up to the ballroom and running around in the ballroom. So that's all I really know about it. I'm still looking to see if anyone has any photos of it. I wish I knew when it got taken off and why. Everybody kind of seems to think it went missing in the 60s, and it was probably due to its just general condition was degrading. And when they took it off, they flat roofed the house to save money, I guess. They didn't want to put a whole nother roof on, so they just flat roofed it. Very popular in the 50s. But I figured we might as well go up there, and I can kind of show you what's left of the place if you're curious. One thing that I think is kind of cool is that these staircases are stacked on top of each other. So that's the one that brings you from the first floor up to the second floor. And this one hidden in here is the one that takes you up to the attic, or depending who you ask, the ballroom. Now, I do keep some stuff on the stairs, so don't mind that. But as you go up here, you can smell asphalt from the flat roof that they put on. And you also have to watch your head to get through this little hatch here. Once you come up, there's the hatch that's meant to cover this hole. I assume it's probably a real pain to take on and off. Here's the old asphalt roof. And here is our new roof up here. So I always joke around that we're double roofed up. But this is all that's left up here, is it's just trusses. I can imagine though having a whole nother floor that's just big and open. That would have been so mystifying as a child. I'm sure the neighbors have great memories. I just wish I could see those memories. I'm not going to crawl around in here because it's cold and dirty, and it also is covered in tar. Everything's covered in tar. But now you know what the third floor looks like.